Okay, so imagine this. You are driving through Metro Manila at night. Makati, BGC, Mandaluyong, Pasig, Quezon City, Manila Bay. Everywhere you look, there are towers. Glass towers, luxury towers, resort-inspired towers. Towers with infinities pools, sky lounge, co-working space, gym nobody uses, and model units that look like every young professional is apparently supposed to live inside a hotel lobby. And the prices? Insane. A small condo that once felt expensive now feels impossible. Developers keep launching new projects. Sales agent keeps saying, last few units, paubos na, paubos na. Billboards keep promising passive income, capital appreciation, and your future retirement in one convenient pre-selling package. But then you look closer. Some buildings are dark at night. Spooky. Baka may multo pa nga eh. Whole floors barely have lights on. Mailboxes are empty. Hallways are quiet. Rental listings sit online for months. So here's the question nobody wants to ask too loudly. If so many condos are being built and so many units are supposedly being sold, why do some buildings feel half empty? And even more important, who is buying all these units? Because this is not just a real estate story. This is a story about middle-class hope, speculative money, and what happens when thousands of families buy retirement plans in the shape of a 24 square meter box in the sky. So let's rewind, because condo economics in Metro Manila are weird. The basic dream is simple. Buy a condo early, pay the monthly down payment during the pre-selling period, wait for construction. When the building is finished, the unit is worth more. Then you either rent it out or sell it or live in it later. That sounds clean. That sounds responsible. That sounds like adulting with a lobby. And for many years it worked. Price rose, demand seems endless. OFWs bought units from abroad. Young professionals wanted city living. Investors believed land in Metro Manila would only get more expensive. But here's the part that matters. The pre-selling model separates the buyer's excitement from the building's reality. You do not buy a finished home. You buy a promise, a floor plan, a rendering, a payment schedule, a future turnover date that may be years away. For developers, this model is powerful. They collect buyers' payments before the project is completed. For buyers, it feels manageable because the first payments are smaller than buying a completed unit outright. But that also means many people enter the market before they have fully answered the most important question: who will actually live there? Now, here is where it gets genuinely fascinating. Metro Manila's condo market did not grow only because people needed homes. It grew because condos become investment products, not shelter products. Sales agent did not just sell location, they sold future appreciation. But buy now, bili kayo ngayon. Your unit will be worth pag nandyan yung turnover. Rent mo sa students, college, BPO workers, foreigners, expats. Use it for retirement. At least safe pera mo, And to be fair, that picture is not crazy. For years, Philippines property prices kept rising. Bangko Sentral Pilipinas tracks residential properties prices through its official property price index based on bank housing loan data, and housing prices continue to post year-on-year increase into 2025. But a dangerous thing happens when investment rises for a long time. People stop asking about the cash flow. They only ask about resale value. And this is how you get buyers who own units they do not live in, cannot easily rent it out, and they do not want to sell at a loss. They're not landlords in the traditional sense. They are price believers. They bought because they expect the next buyer to pay more. And that works beautifully until the next buyer disappears. And by late 2024, Metro Manila's unsold condominium inventory had become hard to ignore. And it's reported that around 158 billion worth of inventory was not sold for about 8.2 years. It's been trending down. Read that again, more than 8 years. That means if no new supplies were added, it could still take 8 years na maubos yung mga unit. So there's so many condos that's sitting with no one buying or no one renting. And people buy this for the future, but that's like throwing money away. Middle income workers who stretch into monthly amortization because everyone told them real estate never fails. And people now saying renting is like them throwing their money away, so they don't want to rent, So, but what happens when thousands of people try to sell the same kind of unit at the same time? Kung lahat na sila magbentahan, ano mangyayari? Here it is. The condo dream starts getting uncomfortable because the market has two different realities. On paper, the unit has a developer price. In the owner's mind, the unit has expected future value. But in the actual market, the unit is only worth what someone is willing and able to pay. And today, buyers are more cautious. Interest rates have made financing heavier. Rental yields are thinner. Remote work changed demand. Pogo, this big casino, workers from Asia, China that went to the Philippines renting, they all left. And so now imagine the investor who bought a unit for $6 million million. The monthly mortgage is painful. Association dues keep coming, HOA, property tax exists, maintenance, and then walang tenant. And the resale market is full of other owners also trying to exit. That is when the asset starts behaving like a liability. Not because condos are bad, because price appreciation was treated like guaranteed income. That is a trap. A condo cannot be a home. A condo can be an investment. A condo can be a rental business, but it cannot magically be all three if the numbers do not work. So lesson here, what do we actually learn from Metro Manila's condo oversupply? 1. Sold does not always mean occupied. A developer can report unit sales, but does not mean families are living there, or tenants are paying rent, or investment is producing cash flow. 2. Pre-selling makes buying feeling easier, but it can hide future pressure. Kala mo mura lang pre-selling, but the burden is going to be deeper when that pre-selling or that phase ends and you become to the monthly amortization. 3. Appreciation is not the same as income. If you kala mo price will go up, you're not investing, depending on the next buyer buying more optimistic than you. 4. Rental demand must be real, not imagined. A building full of investors can all rent to each other. Someone actually has to live in there and pay enough to rent to justify the cost. And 5. The biggest risk is not just crash, it's stagnation. Years of slow sales, years of empty units, years of owners paying costs while waiting for a buyer. And that's how wealth gets trapped, not in a dramatic explosion, in monthly payments, in association dues, in quiet vacancy. And retirement plans are turned into concrete boxes with no tenant. Metro Manila's skyline may look rich, but lights tell different story. Some towers are homes, some are investments, some are dreams waiting for renters, and some are warnings. Because if everyone bought the same promise at the same time for the same reason, the real question is why not prices went up? The real question is what happens when people stop believing. They always will. And you have not enough humanizer words left, so upgrade your plan.
Greed confessions, where the truth cost extra. Shh.